this object is the length of Golden Gate Bridge, 2.7 kilometer. And what I'll do is I'll make a box 111, and let's zoom in on that. Everything works fine. Snap this one to that area, subdivide it a couple of times, and zoom in, and everything works just as it should. But what if I move that box to the end over here instead? Then what? So what if I now snap this one over to that point, zoom in, and you'll see that it stops the zoom. Now, so, well, that's just how it works really, and supposedly all 3D apps work like that. So there's really no way to fix that. I can't really zoom in more on that box. That's because the distance here is so long. So, or the factor really is so long. The difference between that box, this box, and that bridge is so huge that, well, LightWave just basically stops to zoom any more in on that object than that. So what I thought though was that, hey, what if I scale this down to factor 1%, apply, okay, zoom in on again, and let's go to that area, let's zoom in. But hey, we still got the same problem. So even though the distance here now is much shorter than 1 kilometer, it's by it's about, I don't know, well, it's 1% of that. So so even though it's much shorter, it's still not going to work really to zoom in on this box, because the difference between this object here, the large object, and that is so huge that really it won't work. So what you need to do is you need to, for example, move this in here or over here to the origin. So we can just use oh sorry, I forgot I scaled down the bridge and everything. So okay, so if I move that over here, so that's about 1.3, but I can just say 1 just so I remember that value. So if I zoom in on this now, you can see that I can zoom in further without it stopping on me. So now I can do what I want, zoom back and move this one back to where it was. So that's how you can go about it. I didn't really have any success with scaling, so just be aware of that. If you work with large scale objects, then, well, you might get into those kind of problems.